Fans of this show will remember that I am a huge fan of email for library marketing, and there's a new survey out that has some new insights on how to get more opens and clicks from your library email. We're going to go through it and pull out the things that apply to libraries in this episode of the Library Marketing Show. Hi, everyone. I'm Angela Hursh from superlibrarymarketing.com. If you want to head on over there and click on the upcoming appearances tab, I would love to connect with you. I'm going to be going to a couple of conferences coming up, including conferences in California, Wisconsin, and of course the Library Marketing and Communications Conference. So check out my upcoming appearances there. And on the blog, you can also nominate a library for kudos, including your own library. And we're going to begin today's episode with kudos, which is a nomination. Today's kudos is going to Huntsville Public Library. This nomination came in from Noah Lenstra, who actually tagged me on LinkedIn, and we're shouting out Huntsville because they have a new unique character named Library Barry, who is their new mascot. It's so funny. I'm going to put a link down below so you can see the article about Library Barry. But they decided to do this new mascot as a way to, encourage Huntsville residents to engage with many of the resources the library has to offer. With that name, they're not going to be able to forget this particular mascot. So the library's been using Instagram to show where Library Barry is headed. I thought that this particular name was really clever. And so I think Noah did too. And we want to give a shout out. Great job, Huntsville Public Library. All right, let's get into today's topic, which is email marketing in libraries. This new report from Litmus, which I'm going to link down below, has a bunch of information in it. It's pretty long, but I tried to pull out the things that I thought applied to you. And so we're going to go through some statistics and tips that you can use to make your library marketing by email even better. Let's begin with a statistic, which I really want you to remember. So according to this survey, for every dollar that marketers spend on email, they get back $36 in value. Now, you might be saying to yourself, I'm not selling anything, but think about how much your library invests in staff time, in equipment, in your collection, in your spaces, facilities. So you want to make sure that your library is getting the most value back for all of that investment. And this is why I say email is one of the most effective ways to market your library, because for the amount of energy it takes to put together an email, you get a lot of value back. The number one thing that this report says you should do to make sure your emails work well is to add interactive elements. So if you're using a provider that has the ability, for example, to add a countdown timer to the top of your email that counts down to an event or the launch of a service or the opening of a branch, that little thing can make all the difference in getting return on your email. Other things you can do is embed polls in your email so you can learn about things like what kind of genres your particular community likes to read, or maybe what format they want in a certain service, or maybe like what would the best hours be for a particular branch to be open. The other thing you can do, I've seen a lot of for-profit marketers do this. They ask people to actually reply to the email, and they have a dedicated box where they ask a person, like they ask their email recipients a question, and then the people can hit reply, and all of the replies go to this special inbox. Why would you want to do this? Because when you do that, A, you're getting people excited and interested and asking them a question and making them feel seen by your library. But B, it games the inbox algorithm. So Yahoo, Gmail, Microsoft Outlook, they all use algorithms to determine where your email ends up. Does it end up in the main box or in the promotion box? If you can get people to reply to your email, you can make sure that your emails are getting into the inbox and not into promotion or spam. You don't necessarily have to respond to all of those messages, but it is a way to make your emails interactive and to make sure your emails are getting into the inbox. So I have two calls to action for you from this episode today. One is to try to add some interactivity to your email. See if you can add a countdown or a poll or a reply to message to your emails, and then see if your open and click rates go up. And then the second thing is to download this report. There's a link down below. And I guess I have 3 calls to action. I would love to hear about how your email marketing is going this year in 2025. Are you seeing good results? Are you doing anything differently than you have done in the past? Are you experimenting with anything? I would just love to hear about how your email is going, and I'm sure you probably have some insights that my viewers will love too. So let's get a conversation started down in the comments. And that is it for today's episode of the Library Marketing Show. But my channel is full of other tips for library marketing. If you're interested in learning more, head to this next video. I'll meet you there.